Hello everyone, my name is Sporty and today we're going to be reacting to TommyNFG's video, Gen Z's Obsession with Violence. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe button if you're new, and let's get this video started.
Imagine this scenario. You wake up for work at 7:15 a.m. to get ready, have to deal with an hour worth of traffic because road infrastructure in America is designed by people, I presume, who have never drove a car. You manage to make it just in time for your shift at 9. You work at the movie theater. All you have to do is make sure people have the right movie ticket.
I already know where this is going.
You walk into one of the theaters as two final words are uttered from a movie.
Chicken jockey.
Dang. Get hit by 10 popcorn buckets with the force of a Boeing 737. The Minecraft chicken jockey incidents are just one of many trends that Gen Z has done, which has related to things such as vandalism.
Wait a minute. Did that dude just pick that off from the toilet? That's disgusting, bro. That is disgusting.
And I'm here to answer the question of why is Gen Z so violent? But before I start, that whole question can be answered pretty quickly. Some of you might be confused by the title because according to statistics, Gen Z overall is actually the generation with the lowest rate of violent crime ever recorded of any youth of a generation. And we're actually over 60% lower than baby boomers were at our ages. So
wait, really?
That, you old and now that I know about this,
didn't know that.
It's funny when I'm walking by grandma, she starts to clutch her purse. Like, I should be the one clutching my purse. Your generation was 60% more violent than us. So even though traditional violent crimes are way lower with us, we have way more of a psychological violence and mental violence. Just like I mentioned at the start of this video, one of our things is dangerous challenges. Growing up seeing these crazy challenges every year on YouTube didn't...
Now, when I was younger, I remember seeing stuff like the Tide Pod Challenge. I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but here's the ones off the top of my head as I'm talking. The Cinnamon Challenge, like I said before, the Tide Pod Challenge. Also, I find it weird. I find it crazy how I find out some of these challenges after somebody died from them. Like, I just hear, I can just go on the news and see that somebody died from this type of challenge they saw on TikTok. I was like, where are they seeing this from? Because I have never seen any of this before in my life. Like, is this at the end, during in the deep ends of TikTok or something? Like, wait, what is going on? Also, the banana and Sprite thing. I remember that.
Help us develop well. Like, I remember the first time I saw someone doing the
salt and ice challenge.
Wild it was. If only they could see what we have now.
People I don't remember that.
Burning their skin off for views and likes. And when you're a kid, you soak up things like a sponge. Because I don't know why, but my friends in the neighborhood gathered around to do it and see who could last the longest. They tried to offer me to join in.
Nope.
I like my sexy innermost skin being intact. I'm good off that. So
no, I'm good.
Mentality. Of course, nowadays we're gonna come up with dumb challenges and try to do it for views, which the Gen Alphas shall grow up and carry the tradition on after us. But on TikTok, for us, it's gotten notably worse. I don't know if it's just because TikTok can generate easy-ass views for almost anyone. Usually the challenges back then were absolutely brain dead, but at least it was just harming yourself. The next stage we've reached is harming others. The time I visibly remembered things starting to change was with the devious lick challenge.
For some reason, I don't remember this, or if I do remember the Devious Look Challenge, I did not know this was a trend. That just seems so freaking weird to me, because why would you go to your school and steal the soap dispenser? That is the most random thing to steal from a school, bro. The soap dispenser? What?
Graduated that year, so luckily I wasn't in high school anymore to witness that bullshit. But we casually made robbery a trend and funny. I feel like in other generations, they would have just been too scared to have the audacity to do something like this off being arrested.
To me, this is just weird. Because these people had the weirdest things they had in their house.
Also, some of y'all may
from their
not
school.
Know, but the devious lit trend, yeah, they brought this whole trend back. Instead of destroying school bathrooms and vandalizing them, they're taking school Chromebooks and annihilating them.
Wait, what? Bro, dude, if they did this at my school when I was there, they probably would have gotten expelled. I'm not gonna lie. Now, of course, I would know since nobody was stupid enough to actually mess up a Chromebook, especially not do something like this. But all I know is that if they ever did, I would not want to be in that room. I would not want to be in that room where they're getting yelled at by that teacher. I would not. Because in my mind, this is blasphemy doing this at school. This is blasphemy. Bro, why would you even do this? What do you gain out of this? Only people in 6th, 7th, 8th, and 10th grade are allowed to follow.
Don't have a plan to go to college or get any future employment, but they're literally posting these videos on their personal accounts. You would think
like,
they
dude,
would burners so their school doesn't catch who's doing it, but you can search them on TikTok, Chromebook durability test yourself, and see how many of these high schoolers are doing it on their personal accounts.
What?
Then of course we got challenges like the Skull Breaker challenge, and
now, they were just trying to hurt somebody there. Both of them.
But there is another aspect to it, in my opinion. I think what Gen Z really likes compared to other generations is the watching of people doing violent things. And this all stems from one place where everything on the internet links to. For demonetization reasons, I can't fully say it, and I don't know if I can. It rhymes with lore, and scroll on IG Reels about 5 times and you'll probably see it. The content is is bigger than people think. There's probably a 9% chance anybody watching this in Gen Z has seen a video intentionally or unintentionally. Before YouTube cracked down on it, you could casually see it on here. And there was always that one kid in
I don't remember
who would go around
that.
and try to show people weird videos like that. Those type of dudes were
It's just crazy how easy it was to even see that stuff back then.
But for somebody with a growing mind seeing it, it's even worse. Which is why I think it's an aspect in us being obsessed with dangerous trends. We're so desensitized to us, it don't even matter anymore. I don't think humans were meant to see this much violence in our lifetime. In past generations, you couldn't casually see this stuff. I genuinely think if something like 9/11 happened nowadays, people would probably...
Though, if something like 9/11 were to happen nowadays, I mean, you see how people make memes of it now. But it would have been even worse if it were to happen today. If the Titanic submarine back in 2023 is any indication of how people react to serious stuff, my God, I think you can imagine for yourself just how bad it would have gone if something like 9/11 were to happen today. That's all I'm going to say about that.
After a week when another catastrophic event happens, and start posting brain rot memes of the Twin Towers. Shows back then used to get in deep trouble when they made a joke about 9/11. It took multiple years for shows and movies to start making jokes because they knew the public would tear them up. But nowadays you'll have a bunch of people in the comments typing, "Oh man, TS funny as hell. Keep it up, gang." I know not every generation is like that. A lot of us know when the right time is to make a joke and when
I think most people... Hopefully, I think most people, for the most part, they know when to joke around and when to keep it serious. Like, ain't nothing wrong with cracking jokes, but read the room sometimes, okay? Like, if the room is not meant to be joking around, then don't joke around. Like, just read the room, dude.
Real comments, though, shows you the other side of people who don't know and don't care. IG Reels, to me, is like the kick of short-form content. People will say comments
IG Reels is insane.
And people die laughing at
just don't look at the comments.
Challenges, maybe this isn't the end-all, be-all for the challenges. Recently, the Ice Bucket Challenge started making its comeback.
Hey.
That's what I want to see more of. Like, let's...
And also, I actually looked it up. Apparently, the Ice Bucket Challenge is coming back, except it's not for ALS. It's for mental health awareness, I believe. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but that's what I heard from someone. And that's really cool. I feel I really think mental health should be more aware. I think people should be more aware of mental health because I feel like that is more. That is so much. Sorry, excuse me. I feel like mental health is more important than people realize. That's what I was trying to say. I had to get my words together. Excuse me. But yeah, I think that's really cool that the Ice Bucket Challenge is coming back. And for a good reason, too.
Wholesome challenges on the internet. Our generation's obsession with serial killers, too, was also a weird thing. The fact that
I don't get what y'all... I don't understand that. I don't understand.
For them is such a weird concept to me.
I never understood people being obsessed with that stuff.
Managed to marry one of these fans and have all the fangirls with the Pikachu shock face when he ends up stabbing her while she's sleeping. I don't know what they think is gonna happen, but it's not gonna be a honeymoon. One notable incident from our generation of this serial killer obsession we can't forget is Jeffrey Dahmer.
I never understood this.
See, Jeffrey
I never
Dahmer
understood
already
this.
had fangirls back in the 90s when he first
This
got
dude
locked
really
up,
had
sending him all
fans?
their money and gifts and their nudes. Sending a gay man your nudes as a woman has got to be the biggest intentional airball of all time.
Like,
I
dude.
would say a majority of Gen Z did know about Jeffrey Dahmer, but a lot of people
I did.
So when
I was
Netflix
younger.
released this show and it went #1, he got introduced to a whole new generation on the mainstream. And as they always say, history repeats itself. TikTok was flooded with simp edits.
I've seen
They
some
took
edits
no time immediately making
out of my
edits of him
control.
on TikTok.
Like, what?
TikTok had to go on a spree deleting a bunch of these edits after they were going viral. And you could see a bunch of women in the comments talking about he's so dreamy and
So dreamy,
kind-hearted.
dude,
I
he
said we
killed
fuck around
people.
and let them find out. Oh wait, we can't because he's dead. Even killers in our generation are getting simped over. In 2021, a guy named Cameron Herron got sentenced to 24 years.
I've heard about
the
this
reason was
dude.
because he was speeding and hit a mom with her daughter, killing them on the spot. One of the most heartless things you can do. And just like
That's so
Jeffrey
sad.
Dahmer, they were making edits of Cameron.
Bruh.
They went as far to even make a petition for him.
A
to be
petition?
released that got 22,000
Oh.
signatures on it. I'm not gonna lie.
You gotta be
I don't
kidding
ever
me.
want to hear women say men are more down bad when like this exists. Would men do the same if a similar thing happened with a woman that looked good? Absolutely, 100%.
You know for a fact there are those men out there.
But that shows we really equal for real. Gen Z just likes to obsess over any danger in any aspect, like music.
Y'all
too,
get
bro.
obsessed
I'll
over
never
anything
forget when
these
every
days.
rapper started rocking a shiesty in 2020. Everyone and their mother were running to the store to buy them. The shiesty hit the social media streets like crack. If you grew up around typical YNs, you already saw them rocking it before it became popular. So to me, it was funny growing up and seeing it go from purely hood wearing them to Billy from Utah with a loving family. Some people really don't know how big the reach is. As y'all know, I was in Japan for about 2 weeks this past month. Go follow on like the IG post, by the way, because I'm looking sexy. And I can't make this up. I seen a fully Japanese guy wearing a shiesty and sagging.
I've seen a lot of people wear shiesties these days.
Hidden Leaf Village, man. Take that off. Out of rap, our generation takes the most dangerous aspects and tries to emulate it. It can't
They
be that
do.
lyrical because people call that corny. You pull up to the function rapping like Eminem and people are just gonna die laughing at you. Gangster rap from the past versus now doesn't even come close.
Not
Back
even
then,
close.
The most you had was 50 Cent and you knew his lore and how he grew up in the streets. People thought they were leading the hood when listening to Many Men. But nowadays, you got whole documentaries on rappers who are admitted serial killers. King Von becoming so big has got to be an indicator that our generation is really obsessed with violence. Everybody who listened to him knew damn well this man was dropping people left and right on the streets. And
Wait,
that's
what?
added to the appeal for our
I didn't know
generation.
that.
Okay. It has always been a thing.
No, I don't follow rap like
Ask,
that.
Is the rapper really living what they rap? Which I think people are starting to care less about and more care about if the song is just good. I think us losing some of the biggest rappers to this violence kind of made it and put us off. I remember when Lil Tecca was breaking down his song lyrics and making sure people know he's not actually on any of that type of Honestly, it felt refreshing and was hilarious to watch.
I got 2 twin Glocks, turn you to a dancer. I don't have no straps for nobody. I don't got no straps.
But people still want to feel the real thing, and I think that's what King Von did. The whole YN culture taking over in general shows me our generation also just wants to obsess over violence just because. I know hella people make fun of Cardi listeners and the average King Carson fan, Destroy Lonely, whatnot. But I'd rather Billy from Utah obsess over Cardi and try to act mysterious than Billy from Utah obsess over King Von and him be a young
Yeah.
Like, bro, the top
I'll take
enemy of
that
black
any
people
day.
in America is the YN because it makes the whole community look bad. And the fact that it's the most glorified on social media is a blow to the face. Because you'll have the old white people looking at their grandkids and them reenacting Murder on My Mind and blaming everyone that's black for it, even though most black people don't even like them either. I just imagine them waking up one morning and seeing their bundle of joy in their front yard recording a music video like this.
I would have burst out laughing, I'm not gonna lie. Because I can't take this dude serious at all. Dude.
So anyways, that's everything overall. Let me know how how violent y'all are in the comments.
But anyways, that was a great video. Shout out TommyNFG. Make sure you guys subscribe to him. Make sure you subscribe to me if you enjoy my reactions. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.